guys, it's Anna Maria again here. So today's video, as we promised, we're going to do another video for the overs. So it's requiring the chair if you need for balance and a little bit of hand weights. Now for hand weights you can use either packets of rice, or you can use cans, or you can use bottles, whatever you find. And today's focus is going to be upper body and a little bit of balance work for your legs. So I hope you enjoy that. So we're going to start off into standing. So again, bring your feet right underneath your hips and make sure you're standing upright, shoulders up, and make sure your ribs are right on top of your hips. So a nice, tense, easy posture. You can hold if you need to, but if you don't need to hold, just let go of your hand and challenge your balance. Again, remember, if you have a little bit of an issue with your balance, make sure this chair is against a wall, so it's a little bit more steadier, or even against a sofa, so that doesn't move for you. So for the time being, I'm just going to keep it there. So most of the exercises are in standing. If you feel that you need to sit down, just go ahead and do so. So we're going to start with your feet. So we're going to start weight shifting again. So we're just shifting your weight forwards and backwards. So thinking of pushing your weight onto your toes and then back onto your heels. So it's a nice, easy way to start off switching on the muscles in your feet and switching on your feet to start working through your body. And now stop in the middle, and we're going to shift side to side. Very good. Again, if you want to put some music, I've left music out, but if you do want to put some music, feel free to do so. And then stop in the middle. So just make sure you have equal pressure on the front and the back of your feet, and right and left. So we're going to start with a little bit of knee folds. Again, you can hold if you need to, but if you want to challenge your balance, hands onto your hips, and just soften the knee on one side and then coming back. So it's almost going on tiptoes onto one side. Now, if you don't want to push onto your big toe and you want to and can challenge your balance, you can start lifting one leg up and lower. So creating that balance onto the opposite leg, almost like a marching onto a spot. Now, if you want to do this same thing, but you can't exactly let go of your hands, you can face the chair or you can face away from the chair. Just watch it that you don't hit your knee every time you lift. You can also face away from the chair and keep marching on the spot. Very good. We have 8 and lower, 7, lower, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Now we're going to lift one leg up and hold. So we're going to hold it there, and if you manage, start circling that ankle. So just giving a little bit of balance onto the opposite leg, change direction of that circles, and waking up your ankles for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg, and we're going to go the opposite leg, lifting up, hold, and start circling that ankle. Again, if your balance is a little bit impaired and you want to hold, just hold with one of your hands, or both if you want to. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go the opposite way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. And then lower your ankles down. Very good. Now shake a little bit those feet. And we're going to open out a little bit more your feet. So now we're doing a bit of a squat, but a turned out foot squat. So what you want to do is just turn a bit your toes out, not a lot. And you're going to do the same thing we did last time. So hips back, you're going to reach your arms forwards, and then you're going to sit back and lift up afterwards. So we're going to sit back and then breathe out, lift. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, you can use your hand if you wanted to go forwards and backwards, or you can use your hand onto a chair and then the opposite, lift and lower, or you can use both hands onto the chair. As long as you keep your position, so toes slightly turned out, and you're pushing your hips back and you're lifting back up. So this time you're feeling a little bit of a different muscle group working. So similar, but you're also getting a bit of inner thighs and a bit more outer as well working. So we have 8, and then lift back up. 7, lift back up. 6, lift back up. And if you want to make it more challenging, reach that arm a bit higher. If you have both hands, you reach higher. Lift back up. 4, lift back up. 3, 2, one more. Very good, well done. Now bring your feet in, roll the shoulders back, big round circles for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. So now this is where you're going to challenge a bit more your balance and work a bit onto your legs. So you can either hold with one hand, or you can hold with both hands, or no hands at all. So you're going to shift your weight onto the right. You're going to point your opposite leg. You can either hold your hands on your hips or right hand under the chair, and you're going to tap the foot and then open out again. So the outside leg from the chair, or the left leg if you want, you are tapping out and in. Now you want to keep the weight on the standing leg, you want to keep your knees slightly soft, and you want to keep your shoulders right on top of that hip. So it's almost like one straight line through down onto your foot. And the other one is opening and closing. Now you can either put pressure every time you tap into the side, or if you want to challenge it, lift it towards the calf. So that is your challenge, lifting it towards the calf. That creates a bit more balance work for the muscles around the hip, in your bottom, into your knee and into your leg. So that's why it's challenging your balance. Again, you can hold or not hold, and you can also face the chair. So we're going to keep going for 4 more, the same direction. 3, 2, 1. Now the next one, we're going to tap backwards. So reach your leg back and then coming in. Reaching back and then coming in. So thinking of squeezing that bottom and your hamstrings to the back of the leg. Reaching as far back as you can. Again, you don't need to tap with the toe. You can just hover it off the floor. So we're reaching back, and with this one you want to feel your bottom and your hamstrings, so the back of your thigh working. Again, we're reaching back. And again, you can hold or not hold, so the option is yours. Reaching away and then back. So watch that when you reach away, you're not arching your back, so you really want to just focus on that leg. And you have 4, you have 3, you have 2. So this leg is now starting to get tired. So bring that leg in. We have 1 more on the same leg, which we're going at an angle. So between those 2 positions, think of 22 or 20 past. So we're going away and then coming back in. Going away, coming back in. So now the muscles around your hip should be on fire. And that's a good sign because you're using your muscles almost to fatigue. Very good. We're stepping away, coming back. Again, challenge your balance. Remember to keep your back nice and straight. Don't arch too much through your lower back. We have 4, 3, 2. We have 1 more. Very good. And now bring them back in and shake a bit the leg, which should be nice and warmed up now. So we're going to do the opposite side. You can either turn around, but I'm just going to swivel my chair. So again, make sure you have equal weight on both feet first. You can hold, face the chair, or hands on the hips, whichever you prefer. You're going to now point your right leg. You have all the weight onto your left. If you've done the opposite way, don't worry, just change. So the leg that is now going to move is the one that feels a little bit more warmer to the hip. Again, just make sure that knee doesn't buckle in. So you keep it nice and straight. So you want to feel this side of your hip working now. So we're going to start opening with the right leg and then pulling it back in. Open, close, open, close, open, close. Very good. Open again, nice open posture, shoulders right on top of the hips and on top of the knee and on top of that foot. We have 8, pull in. Again, you have a choice to lift it higher, that leg, so you don't actually bring it next to the other foot. You have 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Now we're going backwards, so you're going to take a step back with that leg, but not putting too much weight through it. Again, you can hover it, or you can step through the big toe. And again, remember, you can hold onto the chair if you want to. You want to focus on squeezing onto that bottom and your hamstring, so the back of your thigh, and not arching that back. So you see from the side, you really want to keep that back nice and steady. And we are stepping back, pulling in. Again, your leg can tap next to the opposite leg to make it easier for you. You have 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going 22 or 20 passes, whichever you feel that you're in position. So in my case, it's 20 passes, sorry, and then up, and then come in. Again, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Very good, and relax. So shake a little bit those hips. So you should feel that both legs working hard. You might feel one has worked more than the other, and that can sometimes feel or be the leg which is a bit weaker, so that's fine. So the next bit, we're going to work up your upper body. You need a bit of resistance, so we don't have any weights. So these are 1 kilo weights. If you don't have any weights, grab either bottles of water, full as much as you feel you can hold. Bottles of water sometimes can be too wide to grip, so you might want to just pick and choose whatever you feel that you can handle with your grip strength. So it doesn't need to be very heavy. So I'm just going to use something which is a 1 kilo weight. You can do these exercises in standing, but if you feel that you're already tired into your hips and you want to sit down, you can do the exact same thing we're going to do sitting onto the chair. So find your comfortable position. If you're standing, make sure your weight is right on top of the hips and that your back is straight. If you're sitting, make sure you're not collapsed down and you lift your chest up. So we're going to start easy with your palms facing in, and we're going to just bend the elbows and we're going to straighten. We're going to bend and straighten. So working a little bit onto those biceps, which is the front of your upper arm. We're going to go 8 times. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. We're going to stop halfway. So halfway, we're going to turn your palms facing up, and then we're going to turn facing down. Facing up and facing down. So whilst you're doing this, try and keep your elbows by your waist, so don't let them push out. Keep your elbows as close as you can. You have 3, 2, now keep your palms facing up. You can let go of your fingers a little bit. We're going to go into your dumb waiter, which we open out and then coming back. So with your dumb waiter, it is a Pilates exercise where you're trying to open up through your shoulders and squeezing your shoulder blades together. So think of squeezing through the back and don't push your chest forwards to compensate. So if you have any issues into your shoulders and you can only come to halfway, it doesn't matter. And try and keep them as leveled as possible. So we're going to go in and we're going out. And again, in and going out. So sometimes when you are stiff into your upper back and into your shoulder blades, you tend to want to push your chest forwards. You have 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Very good. Now we're going to keep your elbows by your waist, but we're going to open them out. So from this position, we're going to reach out nice and tall and then coming back in. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. 3 more. Breathing in, breathing out. 2, 1 more. Very good. Now we're going to turn your palms facing forwards and we're going to go up from a W to overhead and then down. So stepping a little backwards so you can see a bit more. Reaching up and then lower. Reaching up and then lower. Reaching up and then lower. You have 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Very good. And then lower your hands. Roll those shoulders back. Very good. We're going to drop them to the side. So we give a bit more movement to your upper back. So put the weight aside. Whether you're sitting or standing, you're going to do the few movements into standing. So change your position and come back up. Hold both hands under the chair. And we're going to start with a little bit of rotation. So getting a bit more range that we need to for the next exercise. So reaching the arm forward. So start with the right hand. You're going to bend the elbow and you're going to reach behind you and then reach forwards. So it's a bend elbow and then reach. If you want to reach that hand, feel free to do so. And don't worry if your hips rotate with your movement. Just go as easy as you can. You have 3, 2, 1 more. Very good. Now the same hand, nice and straight. We're going to bend through the knees and then reach that hand. Do a bit of extension through your back. And then forwards, and then reach back. And again forwards, and reach back. And forwards, and reach back. 2 more. Forwards, and reach back. 1 more. Forwards, and reach back. Now that hand falls to the side. We're going to bend and we're going to go over. We bend to the side, we go over. We bend to the side, we go over. And again, if you want to do all of these in sitting, you can as well. So for 3, reach. 2, reach. 1 more. Very good. Drop that hand. Let's do the opposite. Reach the hand forwards. We're bending first and then reaching. Bending first and then reaching. Bending first, reach. You have 4, reach. 3, reach. 2, reach. 1 more. So that hand goes straight. We're going to bend and then we reach over and extend through the chest. Down, extend to the chest, down, extend, down, extend. You have 4, extend, 3, extend, 2, extend. 1 more. Very good. Now that hand is going to come to the side. So we bend and then reach over. We bend and reach over. So from the front, it goes like forwards. That's it. To the side, and then reach. To the side, and then reach. So you have 3, reach. 2, reach. 1 more. Very good. And then roll the shoulders back. So now your upper back should be a bit more open. So for the last exercise for the arm, that should loosen it up to be able to do it over your head. So grab hold of your weight. You can use one or both of them at the same time. So whichever you're using for your upper body weights, water, any rice packets or jars, any food that you like. Place both hands behind your head. And what we're going to do is use a bit your triceps. So we're going to reach as far down as you can. And then we reach up. We reach down. And then reach up. Now once we're in this position, you want to try and make sure not to push that chest forwards. So we're trying to work the back of the arm, reaching up and then down. So preparing ourselves for summer, where we want to hopefully be able to get out of the house. So we're going down and reach. Now if you want to do this in sitting, you can do the same. If you cannot, for any reason at all, reach this position, you can bend forwards and you can bring your arm up and then you can extend back and pull in. So this is your other tricep option. You can also do it in sitting where you're leaning forwards and then you're bringing your elbow by your waist and you're extending back. So what you want to feel is the back of your arm working. Squeezing back, pull in. Squeezing back, pull in. We have 4, whichever position you're doing, whether it's here, you have 3 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Very good. Now you've been doing it with one hand at a time. Do another set onto the other hand, reaching away and then coming back in. Okay? So you have to do at least 8 repetitions on each side. So We'll put the weights a bit to the side. If you manage to have a pillow nearby, or a ball or a block, we're going to sit down and we do the rest of the exercises in sitting. So, bring a pillow if you have. If not, you can also find some yoga blocks. So sometimes you'll have like a block, or you can also have something like a ball. So you can use whichever you find. So we're going to have a sit down onto the chair now. So we're going to do the rest of the exercises in sitting, and then we'll do a little bit of a cool down. So whichever thing you find, you can also use a pillow. Place it between your knees. So before you do all this, just shovel your bottom forward so you're at the edge of your chair. I'm just going to change a bit this position so you can see me a bit more. Right, so pillow between the knees, or else you can have a block between the knees, or you can have a ball between the knees. So we're going to start slowly, so shoulders right on top of your hips, nice and upright, don't slouch for me, so just lift yourself into a nice good position. We're going to start by squeezing both knees in and then release. So you can either hold onto the chair, or you can just cross your hands across your chest, so whichever you want. You're squeezing in and then releasing, or you can hold your hands onto your thighs. And I want you to try and feel that squeeze into the pillow. So if you have any knee issues, any arthritis in the knee and they're extra sensitive, or any issues with the inside of the knee, just use a nice soft pillow. But if you have nothing, and you can use something hard like a block, that I'm sure you find lying around, use a block. Okay, so whichever you feel most comfortable. You can also change it along the line, so you can also squeeze through the inside of the thigh. We're squeezing it, so we're using the inside of the legs. I'm going to use a pillow for the time being. So you have 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're going to hold. We're going to hold it there. We're going to squeeze as tight as you can. You can hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release a little bit. Now we're going to squeeze and go double time. So we want to squeeze, 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 squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold. We're going to squeeze just with your right leg. So we're squeezing in with the right only. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze with the left only. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And to finish both again, squeeze with both. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Very good. So you should feel your inner thighs quite warm and quite tiring. So we're going to keep the pillow, and we're going to try and do a little bit of chair squats using the pillow in between knees. Now, what you want to really make sure is that if you need a chair in front of you, hold the chair. If you need a table in front of you, use a table. If you need anything at all to make sure you're safe, it's just to challenge a little bit more your balance. So we're going to bring your feet a little bit more backwards, and it doesn't matter if you don't go all the way. You have hands across your chest, or hands onto the chair, or hands onto the hips, or onto your armchair, whichever you want. You can either start with squeezing the pillow and squeezing your butt cheeks together. That is an easiest version. So we're squeezing the butt cheeks and squeezing the chair, and squeezing the pillow, sorry. Or you can hold your hands, and you can squeeze the pillow, and we're going to go forward. Then you can either lift halfway or come all the way up. And keep squeezing the pillow, and then drop back down. So squeeze, lift, squeeze, down. Squeeze, lift, squeeze, down. So for 3, lift, squeeze, down. For 2, lift, squeeze, down. For 1, lift, squeeze, down. Very good. So you can put the pillow away, or whatever equipment you're using. Just roll the shoulders back, and we're going to go into a bit of your cool down. So what we're going to do first is roll the shoulders back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go forwards for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. So I'm going to reach arms, breathe in, breathe out, lower. Breathe in, breathe out, lower. Breathe in, breathe out, lower. One more, breathe in, breathe out, lower. Very good. Now bring your right hand on the outside of the left hip and just turn your chest looking towards the left. Take a big deep breath in and stay. Breath out. Slowly turn around. Left hand onto the outside of the right thigh and take a deep breath in. Turn your chest towards your right hip. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out. Come back to the center. Very good. Roll those shoulders. We're going to get a little bit of movement through your arms and into the neck. So just turn your neck towards your right shoulder, nice and easy. And then opposite side. Breathe in, turn to the right. Breathe out, turn to the left. One more. Breathe in, turn to the right. Breathe out, turn to the left. Now look forward. We're going to bend to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend to the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. And if you want to put a gentle pressure, you can bend and pull a little bit towards that side and then release. And use the other side and then release. One more. Bend. Very good. Roll those shoulders back. We're going to hold both shoulders towards the back. Turn your palms facing forwards, and then you're going to turn your palms facing towards the side. So thumbs go out, and then turn the thumbs all the way to the back. And forwards, and all the way to the back. And when you come forward, start and turn that thumb as well. So we're trying to loosen up any tension through your shoulders and into the capsule. 3, 2, 1 more. Now keep the palms facing up. We're going to turn the palms, hands towards ears, and then turn them down. Hands towards ears, and then turn down. Hands towards ears, and then turn down. Hands towards ears, and then turn down. And you're going to feel a bit of tension through your fingertips, and that's a bit of neural tension. So it's a little bit of a neural glide, we call this, into one of the nerves, into your hands. For 3, 2, 1 more. Very good. Now shake with those hands, roll the shoulders. Well done. We're going to slowly just release a little bit the back of your legs. So we're going to straighten that leg and pull, and then come back. So we are straightening the leg and pull, and then come back. We are straightening the leg and pull, and then come back. You have 4, 3, 2. For the last one, lower that leg down, pull your toes towards your face, and lean towards that straight leg. So whichever leg it is, just feel a little bit of a bend and a pull to the back of your leg. And then come back up slowly. I'm just going to turn around to make sure that you will see me. So the next one, you're going to straighten the leg out, pull your toes, and then bend towards that leg. Take a big deep breath in and hold. And then breath out, come back. Very good. Roll the shoulders. You're going to come up slowly into standing. Again, if you need to hold and do halfway rolls, you can as well. So what we're going to do is roll all the way down. You're going to take a big deep breath in. You're going to take a breath out and chin towards the chest. Drop your chest down towards your hips. Bend softly the knees. Roll down as far as you can. Take a big deep breath in. Breath out, slowly roll back up. Roll your shoulders back. We're going to use the arms this time. Breathe in. Breathe out, chin to chest. We're going to lower the arms down towards the toes. You can bend the knees if you want to. And then breathe out. Lifting up the arms as you come up. You're going to do 3 more at your own pace. I'm going to give you a different option if you can't go all the way down. hold the hands onto the chair and take a big deep breath in and just lower yourself down into an arch halfway, and then breathe out, straighten yourself up. So you can bend chin to chest, drop your ribs, and bend a bit the knees, and then you come back up. One more, whichever level you're doing, breathing in, breathing out, chin to chest, rolling down, reaching down towards your toes if you can, and then breathe out, slowly come back up, roll the shoulders back, and you're done. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next week for another one of the OVAs. Thank you.